Hey everybody, it's the What the Flick Oscar preview, the annual Oscar preview that I don't think we've ever done before.
We have.
It's the second annual What the Flick Oscar preview.
The third or
I have
fourth.
memories
It's
of
the
doing one
third or
with you
fourth
once.
annual What the Flick Oscar preview.
The increasingly
important thing that
misnamed
we're doing
original.
again.
Best Picture, and what, 9 nominees this year?
Yeah.
Is the,
Right,
and
because
this is
fuck Skyfall.
This is right, exactly. Yeah. This is in many ways the most fascinating category because things have changed so dramatically. Correct? Like the thought
the
was
momentum has changed
The
vastly.
momentum had been
Yeah.
Lincoln. Everybody had been assuming Lincoln, and then Argo has won all the other awards.
Yeah.
1 to 6. You got to lay $600 just to win 100
See,
on
why is
Argo.
that fun?
That is a prohibitive favorite.
If Argo wins, it will be the first time since 1989
Yeah.
that a movie wins Best Picture without having gotten a Best Director nomination.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah,
Bruce Beresford.
right.
Yes.
The other ones are all more than 40 to 1. So
Right,
the
and
only
that's- and that's-
movie with a other shot you would
And that's
think
a
here
big
is
deal
Lincoln.
because typically, it's the most valid predictor has been what wins the Directors Guild Award,
Right.
wins Best Director at the Oscars, and consequently also
yeah.
wins Best Actor. It's something like 80%
Actor, really?
accurate. Yeah, so
Huh.
really high number, more accurate than any other predictor, and yet.
Argo.
Ben Affleck was not nominated for Best Director, so everybody's
But he won the
conventional wisdom
DGA
is kind of
award.
out the window here.
Yeah.
But I think that I think a lot of us probably all agree that Argo's probably the frontrunner. It's very weird that the Academy expanded to more than 5 films, but they still only keep 5 directors. I think that was a really
Well,
weird.
look,
that's the way-
there are 2 separate categories for a reason. I mean, like,
Right.
it's that whole sort of, well, the Grammys have Song of the Year and Record of the Year. You know, it's like, you can have the director does his thing, but the film
I
in
mean, that's the
toto
way it
is
used
something
to be,
else. You know?
obviously, which is what they went back to, and they're 5 for every category. So to me, they've got it. They've got it right. It's just that this year, it didn't so much get it wrong. It's fascinating what happened this year. I just think Affleck should have been nominated. He should have won, and Argo should win. And at 1 to 6, I think it will. Best Director has Spielberg at almost the same, almost as much a favorite for Spielberg
there's-
still to win Best Director
but there
as
may be-
Argo is for Best Picture. You got to bet $500 to win 100 on Spielberg, but the others are closer. Ang Lee is 5 to 1. Haneke's 9 to 1. David O. Russell 20 to 1.
And what are the odds on?
What's Ben Zeitlin?
50 to 1 on
Wouldn't that
Ben
be
Zeitlin.
cool, though, if Ben Zeitlin won?
Affleck is 10 to 1 still. Yeah, I think it's a foolish bet.
I got to give it to some Ben.
Yeah.
Not Ben Affleck.
So for the acting categories, Best Actor is the one category which is even more
Obnoxiously slanted.
50 to
wrong way.
1. You got to bet $5,000 to win
win
$100 on Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay, so and do we all agree that's who should win?
Yes.
Yes, so those 5
I
total,
think
yes.
so too. Okay, all right. So
Although I
Best
thought, I
Actress.
mean, for whatever, nobody talks about him, his odds are 66 to 1, but I thought Denzel Washington was great.
No, there's
That's
nobody.
great, yeah.
There's nobody shitting in this
Nobody-
category.
yeah,
I
nobody-
think Denzel was great, and I think Denzel is suffering from the fact that Daniel Day-Lewis also had a movie this year.
Yeah, I
at
agree,
Lincoln.
totally, yeah.
Because
That's the way
if
it
Daniel
goes.
Day-Lewis was not in the race, it'd be a walk for Denzel.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper is just happy to be nominated.
Okay, so actress, this race very close. Jennifer Lawrence is 4 to 7. It's Jessica Chastain 4 to 1. Emmanuelle Riva 3 to 1. She's actually moved ahead. She's
Yeah.
actually
Well,
the
she just
second
won
choice.
the BAFTA.
Right.
She
so-
won the BAFTA, and
That
a
moved
lot
the
of people, there's some people who are, some pundits are starting to predict that she might win.
Like
so.
she's gotten this far, and so
Like
she'll
late
win
stage
at this point.
rally.
And you have these young actresses
She's
who
not
have
going to
many
have any more chances the way the other.
Well, I mean, those
Give it to her
those
before
aren't
she croaks.
those aren't bad odds. I thought that Jessica Chastain was a good bet and might be literally a good bet for me. It's a way for people to vote for Zero Dark 30 when they're not going to vote for it any other place.
editing.
Yeah. But I mean, a way to honor it in a big,
Right.
at a big moment.
I'd rather that she win.
You'd rather
I
Chastain
think
win.
she should win. Yeah, I mean, I think Jennifer
Really?
Lawrence probably will win. I
Over
think,
Riva?
Yes, I don't love her more the way you do, but I think Jessica Chastain has to do so much in a very restrained way, and yet also show an evolution, and she's great in this.
I'm not saying it's not a good performance. I'm just saying
I think she will win, and I think she should win. But I think Jennifer Lawrence will win just because all that momentum is going in her direction, and maybe it's a show your performance, and that's part of it too.
True.
I like the odds.
Rivas does not loan itself to like Oscar
So
clips.
what are the more interesting races I want to
She's dying here. She's dying a little more
yeah.
here.
What are the odds for Best Supporting Actor?
The watch for Best Supporting Actor is by far the closest race. I'm going to bet on Emmanuel Riva, by the way. There's good
Are you?
there's money
Okay.
to
For
be
best
made
supporting
there.
actor?
Yeah,
You're
for
gonna
Best
win.
Supporting
That's how
Actor.
good she is.
No, I can get good odds.
She gets all the
I get like 20 to 1 on that. I'm going to do it. $100, $2,000, baby. Supporting actor, where we have nothing but previous Oscar winners in the
Right.
category. Incredibly close. Tommy Lee Jones is nearly even money, 11 to 10. Christoph Waltz right behind him, 11 to 8. That is, I mean, that could change in a day.
Really? I don't
They
think
are-
they're going to give it to Waltz again just because
No.
they did so recently for a fairly similar performance. I mean, I really like him in Django, but yeah, I think Tommy Lee Jones kind of has this one.
Me
Philip
too.
Seymour Hoffman is 6 to 1, De Niro 9 to 1, Alan Arkin 33 to 1. So it,
See, I think De Niro's press that and the whole thing on the Today Show that he did, where he was, or what? Not the Today Show, but did you see the interview he did?
Where he-
No.
where he-
where he was crying
where he
about
broke down?
where
Yeah.
he broke down. I think that's going to win him the award.
That's just
Well-
acting. Though.
well, that's
him
not-
being
you-
funny. Yeah. He lost a bunch
They
of
can
weight
do it
on
like
that,
that.
too.
It's 9 to 1. That's good money. I think Tommy Lee Jones wins. I'd like Christoph Waltz to win just because I think he should win now every time he's in a movie.
They're still
I
on
would
the
like to see De Niro win for this because I would like the Academy to say to him, yes, you need to be doing better movies than you've been doing.
and not phoning it in. you
Right.
know.
not the
Right.
silly
Right,
comedies.
like I think that
Babies.
would be great. I think that, and I'm hopeful that that's the way people are going to vote.
So you think Hoffman or no?
I think Tommy Lee Jones will win, but I'd rather see Philip Seymour Hoffman win.
All right, supporting actress. This one, like,
Jesus, a gabillion, 1 to a gabillion. Right?
it's the same. Right now, the odds are the same as Daniel Day-Lewis. You got to bet 5,000 to win 100 on Anne Hathaway.
Is that deserved?
Yeah. No,
No? Who would you pick?
I don't know. Anybody else who
Amy Adams.
who wasn't in that movie. The,
That's right, that was your pick for the worst movie.
I
of the
think
year.
Sally Field's great. Like I said, I just saw it again. I think she's great.
She's totally miscast.
I think she's
think?
great.
Yeah, she seems way too old. Yeah.
Lincoln's pretty old, and like I mean, that's I don't think you were Lincoln wasn't like a 38-year-old who married a
Yeah,
high school
Party.
junior.
no,
Yeah,
Wait,
People didn't have moisturizer then.
Yeah.
You know.
It's true. So it's Amy Adams, it's Sally Field.
Jackie Weaver,
Anne Hathaway, Helen
and
Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt's 25 to 1. It really, I mean, it doesn't 1 to 50, and you win. You don't lose that.
Doesn't Anne Hathaway, if I recall seeing this number correctly, doesn't she have the smallest amount of screen time of the supporting actress
I
nominees?
believe that.
Probably,
yeah, sure.
yeah.
Because she sings and then she dies. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, spoiler.
But then so did
that worse?
Judy
Is that worse
Dench
than
and
Judy Dench?
Right, she has
Shakespeare in
7
Love.
minutes.
But
7
yeah.
minutes of screen time for Judi Dench.
How does Jackie Weaver seemed a strange nomination for this?
She's perfectly fine,
She's
but I
perfectly
don't-
fine. It's just not. She's not in it that much. It's
Yeah,
not,
I was
and
kind of
it's
surprised.
not that significant.
And she doesn't even have like a scene,
right,
you
yeah.
know, where you usually get in these categories. But like I would have, and nobody saw this movie, but I would have loved for Blythe Danner to get a nomination for Hello, I Must Be Going.
She was good in that.
She was
you know.
good. Yeah. Put your money on Emmanuel Riva. That's where you can make money. You'll
we-
probably lose, but money can be made.
You've learned one thing from our show today.
Put your money in municipal bonds.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks, guys.